Not only the Draymond incident, we also had. Okay, this is where I got confused with first. All right, Joel Embiid got dunked on, posterized by Nick Claxton. And as a result of that, Nick Claxton was staring him down, and then Joel Embiid tried to take a shot to him in the groin. It didn't connect, but he tried to take a shot to it. Mind you, the NBA was getting all types of like disagreements and backlash for what they did with Draymond.
Yep.
And now they didn't suspend Joel Embiid at all. They just gave him the text.
Yeah.
That's it. What did they? I feel like, did they even give him a flagrant one? I guess it's a flagrant one because he stayed in the game. So I'm assuming they gave Joel Embiid flagrant one. They gave Nick Claxton the tech. So yeah, that's one thing. That's not the only thing that happened in that game, right?
Right.
So then after we get done talking about it, after we get done talking about what happened in the game, we'll give our reactions to it. So later on, James Harden does his natural classic step back move. Somehow he did foul a dude. I think that was clearly a foul on mine, based on what I saw. James clearly did an offensive foul. But the fact that it was in the groin area, he got automatically ejected in the same game.
Yeah.
Also, Nick Claxton, he made an expression and the ref gave him a tech and he was ejected from the game for having the techs. Like, this stuff happened within this one game. One game. So I think they did the James Harden thing to try to make up for Joel Embiid, but you can't do that. I mean, look at the call itself. That call right there did not deserve to be. He didn't deserve to be ejected if you ain't Joel Embiid. You know,
right.
That's my thing on that. And Nick Claxton, you take the emotion out of the game. You taking up players for like showing emotion. Like, it's an emotional game. Like, let them play.
Mm-hmm.
Let them show emotion.
That's part of the love of the game for fans, man. You love to see if somebody gets dunked on, they stare each other down. Like, it goes back to even like the Caitlin Clark thing with Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Them having a battle, and them, Caitlin Clark was doing this all game, all season, and then Angel threw up the ring finger on her. It's like, and now you get to the biggest stage in the NBA, and dudes get dunked on all the time. That stare down happens. Exactly. We as fans love that. Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with the technical. If it's excessive, sure.
Yeah, if it's excessive,
okay. But to give Nick the tech for that was like,
And he got removed from that. The Nets could have maybe won that game. Just saying, they probably could have won because Nick was like the best player at that point for the Nets. Like, Nick was balling.
Yeah,
for the Nets during that game. So
he was having a solid game for sure. And
he was, man. But
on the other side of that, with the Embiid and Harden situation, I do not understand. Why would you kick James out of the game? But Joel clearly went for it, like, intentionally.
Exactly.
I get it. It's we don't want that to happen to anyone, right? But in this case, like, James was just trying to make a play. Like, Joel was pissed off, and he was like, you know what? He tried to hit the man. And you don't. That's and with the Draymond thing happening recently, it just is like there's so much inconsistency with these choices and rules and who gets what. Yeah. I feel like, if anything, Joel Embiid probably should have been kicked out of the game, not Harden.
Exactly.
And if you're gonna suspend Draymond, like, for grabbing someone's leg, then Joel did that too. You know what I mean? Like, that is now it looks bad on the association because clearly Draymond is in a class and Joel's in a class. No disrespect, but they're in two different classes, right?
Right.
But the one in the higher class didn't get the same treatment as Draymond.
Right.
And I'm not defending Draymond. I'm not defending these actions at all. It's just like you have to be. It has to be a level playing field, though. If you're going to be giving like parity to the league, to the teams, to how the game is called, how the game goes, the ref has to. These refs have to understand they pretty much can control the game. And as a fan, as a player, it's kind of like disheartening when you know it's clearly a disparity here. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, these rules are too subjective, man. They gotta really look at this rule book for fouls and flagrant fouls and add more context to them or something. So you don't have to be. So it doesn't have to be so subjective, you know. Have certain conditions in place because, I agree. Certain things should be allowed to happen. We're on the same page on all this, man. James shouldn't have been ejected. As Joel Embiid probably should have I'm saying Joel Embiid should have been based on what happened literally the game before, like the day, like literally the day before.
Just happened.
It literally just happened, like with Draymond. So like, there's no reason the NBA botched out, man.